Good morning, Carly. How are you?
Good, Ian. How about yourself?
Well, I'm pretty anxious for Christmas because I haven't started shopping.
Oh,
Have
well,
you?
join the club. No.
What? Are you leaving it to the last minute?
Yeah, we're fueling the economy, the last minute economy for sure.
Well, full confession, I'm sure Carol's done a bunch, but still waiting for her list. You know,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Dwayne's list too.
Are you?
So yeah. And my kids are teenagers, and so everything they want is too expensive. So you kind of wrestle with like, should I buy them something too expensive? Like, have they
Right.
really been that good this year, or do I just give them money to put towards what they want? So this is our life right now.
Well, you want to be a good mom and dad. Buy the expensive thing.
Right? Yeah. So, anyways,
We all wrestle with that, don't we?
yeah.
Well, we're certainly racing towards the end of the year here. It is hard to believe still, isn't it, that it's here we are, first week of December, and we're going to be all done. Wow.
We're into
But
the 2025 planning, right?
oh man, more planning. But I think we're both surprised how busy it is.
Yeah, lots of activity right now. Definitely a different feeling from last year at this time when rates were on their way up and people were wondering if we were at the top, right? So,
Right. Yes, it was an interesting time when we talked about the rates being so high and when were they ever going to come down, right?
now buyers have more confidence, and the general feeling is that it's a good time to buy. And so we're seeing that activity. It's good.
Well, let's jump right into it. Here is the month of November. Our friend Cole just put these together for us, and we've got our average price at 857, which is up 6%. And I've been having some online discussions with people about real estate. Where's the market headed? And yeah, living on an island in the Pacific surrounded by farmland, it's hard to imagine our prices dropping like
Yeah.
dramatically. I get they're going to peaks and valleys with the market, but here we are the in December and still year over year we're up like 6%, 857.
Yeah, I mean, it is a real retirement destination. And also for professionals looking to relocate, it's desirable too with the people that I've been shopping with that have come from other places. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, and
you're
I had
right.
some buyers. I had some buyers on the weekend that were going to go and look at a house in Solaire that was listed by our friend Dawn Walton, and she listed it and it sold the first day. Like we didn't even get there. And so, there's people waiting, right? It's so if you're on the sidelines, I think that's where that comes from, is about, hey, if a good one comes on, you should jump on it.
Yeah,
Right?
people have specific criteria, and when it
Yeah.
lands, it's snapped up for sure.
So we had 69 single family homes sold, which is 11% more than a year ago, 267 listings, actually a decrease. Remember when listings were going up and up and up? And I'm going to come back to that with townhomes. I think there's a relationship in there. Anyways, we'll leave that for a minute. Our listings at 667, 267, and months of inventory at 3.8, which last year was 4.5. So that number really gives us the indication how the market's doing. 3.8 is pretty busy. It's pretty busy still in lots of cases. A seller's market moving into a balanced market, of course. And as I mentioned, that other house that sold in the same day it was listed. And yet some homes don't sell still. And that's the frustrating part, right, Carly?
Yeah, totally. Sometimes it will, it'll sit for a little while and people start to wonder, and there's maybe not anything wrong with it. It's just that it doesn't hit some people's criteria. So
Yeah.
it's been interesting.
Now this category is next is townhomes. Our average price 533, down from 618 a year ago. 16 sold. What did we say last year? 15 were sold, and only 44 for sale. And you and I were talking before we started recording about 2.8 months of inventory, um, which is down 15%. A lot of the townhomes I think that we're seeing on the market need a lot of updating.
And especially in this category, people like we're shopping with people who are retired and they're moving from a home that they've updated to sell, and they don't necessarily have an appetite to do the renovations. And so, yeah, it's interesting that way.
Well, and I think that leads to why our price is down. We were talking about that as well, 533 compared to 618, because those ones that are selling, the reduced prices are reflecting the work that needs to be done. That people are saying, hey, it's expensive. I need flooring at $10 a foot. I need appliances.
I need poly B replacement or whatever, right?
Yeah, we were seeing that, weren't we, on the townhome that we were showing? They had a quote from Norm's Mobile. This is what it's going to cost to replace the poly B. That has to be the story of the year, doesn't it? 2024. What was the headline this year? It's got to be poly B plumbing. Who knows what it's going to be next year?
For sure. Yeah, no, nobody knew what it was before, and now
Yeah.
everybody second question if it's 1990 something, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
And what's the quote? 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. So anyways, that's still there for townhomes. And then condos. This is an interesting category as well that we were talking about. It wasn't that long ago where it seemed like there were, dozens and dozens and dozens of condos for sale, and yet our months of inventory are going down here. Our average price is 423, up a little bit from a year ago, not substantially, 4%. 30 sold last year, only 19 sold. And listings 94, down from 103 from a year ago. And months of inventory 3.1, which is down 41%. We were way up at 5.4. And I think that was when the peak at the interest rates were high. We were talking about that before, but I think we are seeing that maybe people are tired of waiting to get into the market for condos, because a lot of those that we were sort of watching the prices and then suddenly they're gone, right? Did you find that when you were looking at condos?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely less to choose from now. And I do think that when I've been messaging listing agents, a lot of them have been saying, the sellers are thinking about renting it out. So I think some investors got sick of waiting for their condos to
Right.
sell also and just decided to kind of cut their losses and continue to rent it until they could enter a market that wasn't so with such high inventory.
Now, before we finish up, let's go back to single family, because I know you dug a little deeper in these sales, these 69 sales. You were asking about, hey, what percentage of those actually sold at asking price or below?
Yeah, because we were speculating, oh, the prices are up, and that's really interesting. And so I wanted to know how many went below ask and
Mhm.
at list and above. And so out of the 69 that sold, 55 of them went below ask. 7 went at list price and 7 went above. And so I think once in a while something hits that's like maybe it's acreage or maybe it's
Mhm.
waterfront and they've priced it really sharp. You just once in a while, 7 out of 69, those went over ask. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, and I think back to those, it's always that time of year, do we list it now or not? I think you do right now, given the activity. If you can price it sharp, I don't see any advantage to waiting till spring. There'll just be more competition then. It just seems like the buyers are there right now, regardless whether it's Christmas or Santa's coming or whatever's going on in the world. There are people that want to get into it. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. And where are you going to be at Christmas? Because we're not going to do this again before Christmas. You're going to be at your house, your mom's house.
Yeah, I'm cooking dinner this
Oh,
year.
you are.
Yeah, so we'll have 12 people for Christmas and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they make these delicious homemade buns. And so like
Mm.
some people are excited about the turkey. I'm excited about these homemade buns that are arriving at my house. Yeah. What about you?
Awesome. Well, we're going to have at our house. Carol's going to cook up a storm as per usual. I think we're having ham and turkey this year. But
And
I was thinking I'd go to Ladysmith and get the cinnamon buns. I
so good. They're
had to
so
get that. I had to include that because Cole made me, didn't you, Cole? You made me go down to Ladysmith and get the. If you never got a cinnamon bun in Ladysmith, like, wow.
I can't even believe you've never tried those, Ian. Like
Oh,
now, like how did you live that long without trying those?
I don't know, but there were two in the box. It was like going to the gym. Like, "Arr."
Yeah, they're heavy.
They're big and they're good. So anyway, there's a tip. If you don't know what to do, get cinnamon bun from Ladysmith.
That's good advice. Perfect.
All right. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.